Hey guys, BlazeThrough-Gaming here and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Alright, in this video we're going to take a look at this week at Bungie, which happened to drop a little bit early and took everyone by surprise. So in this week at Bungie, they're talking about what we can expect from the Crucible coming into Season 3. Exotic weapon previews have been dropping like wildfire this week. We're also going to take a look at some of the improvements that's going to happen to power progression and reward changes coming in Season 3 also. So without further ado, let's have a quick look and recap about the Crucible. So Bungie has said the following: we are changing the way Crucible playlist works when Season 3 launches alongside the new expansion Warmind beginning on May 8th. All Destiny 2 players will be able to compete on any of the Crucible maps we put in our match made playlists. Platform timed exclusive content will still be limited to the platform, but everything else is fair game. Bungie believe this is a big win for everyone, since players will no longer need to choose between playing in a limited DLC playlist to see new stuff, and players in a mainstream playlist to get the largest pool of opponents and maps. More fun for everyone. So that was just a brief recap by Bungie saying, right, here, this is our plans for the Crucible, and just to re-emphasize it. A few weeks ago, we got a showcase and a preview of the upcoming changes that they have done to the Strang and Drang, telling us about the changes coming is important, but the old saying holds true. The picture paints 1,000 words. We also got a look at some exotic weapon previews this week. You might have seen it on Twitter that Bungie released a video of Graviton Lance. So Josh Hamrick had the following to say: a while back, Bungie talked about the Graviton Lance and how one of the main areas to improve was a lack of difference within a pretty successful show of spectacle. Skyburner's Oath almost has the opposite problem. It's completely strong weapon, effective at multiple ranges, strong in ADS and from hip, with varying fire rates. However, it lacks spectacle to give it the exotic feeling. It still kind of plays like a legendary gun. To address this, Bungie started with giving the projectiles explosive rounds as they default impact response. In ADS, the weapon will perform the same: full auto, slow firing, high impact. When firing from the hips, Skyburner's Oath now lobs slower projectiles at a faster rate of fire that tracks targets and explodes. The tracking functionality tends to draw projectiles to center mass rather than precision regions. Bungie has reduced the precision scale a bit and increased the damage to the body. Precision hits still do bonus damage and overall DPS is increased. The end result is the dual utility weapon that fires hit scan high damage projectiles whilst aiming down sights and rapid fire. Lobbed exploding tracking projectiles from the hip, it almost feels like a rapid fire grenade launcher that can transitions to a precision death dealer with the press of a button. The next exotic weapon that they showcased is the Rat King, which already has something of a fan base but identifiably has room to improve. Of the stats that improve with more fireteam members running Rat King, the strongest is probably the increased rate of fire. Unfortunately, the DPS potential is hard to realize because some players just can't physically pull the trigger fast enough to cash in on its benefit. To make sure this is both felt and used, we made Rat King full auto to ensure the rate of fire increase can make a difference when running in a pack. Another pain point was that the restriction of having a Rat Pack only active when allies have Rat King equipped in hand felt a bit too situational. Rat Pack perk now triggers when fire team members have Rat King stowed in their kinetic weapon, stowed or in hand. We also front loaded the stat benefit of Rat Pack so they increase a bit more directly with 1 or 2 fire team members, and upped the basic invisibility timer of Venom to 7 seconds. But last but not least, Bungie also teased Masterwork upgrade for Rat King is going to put a tasty garnish on this meal. You won't want to miss out on it, they're saying. So we've just taken a look at the changes happening to Graviton Lance with the 2-round burst and tracking exploding rounds. You know, a little bit like Warcliffe Coil or Sins of the Past in some respects there. Can't wait to see these improvements on the Graviton Lance. Skyburner's Oath, I think it's a fantastic weapon to use. Looking forward to seeing them buffs on there as well. I think they're doing a brilliant job trying to make these exotics more unique, and especially when you're looking at the Rat King, that little sly hint on the Masterworks that there will be an extra sort of perk maybe. You know, that's good. I can't wait to see these season implemented in game. So the next up is power progression and reward changes coming in season 3. Bungie had the following to say: "We have received a lot of feedback on rewards, power, and how you want your actions to be more meaningful. Determining how characters perform in the world of Destiny 2, we're planning some adjustments based on this feedback." Senior designer gave us some details. So with the release of Destiny 2 Expansion 2 Warmind, we're making some changes to the size and frequency of upgrades. These changes will apply to all Destiny 2, not just Warmind endgame content. Our goal with this change are to bring back meaning and accomplishment to achieving the power cap, to give players a sense of progression when they come back to play each week, and to reward players who engage in a broader scope of Destiny 2 endgame content. We made an effort to de-emphasize grinding public events for exotics and to reduce the impact on clan engrams on in-game progression. Before we get into the specifics, I want to define a couple of terms. Soft cap is the point you can climb to easily via drops from any source. A hard cap is the power level you obtain from weekly reward sources. The soft cap for Warmind is going to be 340 and the hard cap is going to be 380. These numbers do not consider any +5 mods. Remember, all drops are calculated using the best possible power, regardless of if you have the gear equipped or not. It can even be in your vault or on an alternative character. Bungie's target is that players who participate in all weekly activities should take several weeks to reach the hard cap. Raids trials grant the largest increase, clan engrams provide very small increase, and the other weekly sources fall between these two. Players who don't participate in group weekly activities are unlikely to hit the hard cap before the next release. Dedicated players will hit the hard cap before players that just play raids and trials exclusively. Additionally, the final 10 points from 370 to 380 will be significantly slower than 340 to 370. Bungie expect it to take players roughly equal time to go from 340 to 370 as from 370 to 380. Bungie decided to make this change because climbing to 370 allows you to tackle endgame content without suffering a several underlevel penalty, but creates a significant accomplishment in achieving 380. Clan engrams offer excellent upgrades whilst a player is climbing to the soft cap. They should grant rewards an average of 15 power higher than the current best possible. While you're on your way there, this will help players catch up with their clan mates who are completing weekly activities. Once you've achieved the soft cap, your progression is going to rely a lot more on your own achievements. Clan engrams above the soft cap will grant gear only 0 to 2 points above your best possible. Effect to combat exploits around creating new characters to take advantage of one-time quest rewards. We've decided to limit those rewards to the soft cap for the release they first appeared in. So this means Destiny 2 launch quests cap at 260 before mods. Curse of Osiris caps at 300 and Warmind caps at 340. To compensate for their new caps, they give you a large boost, 15 power when you earn them as long as you're below the cap. Farming exotics to increase your power has been removed. If they drop from a new weekly source, they'll come out of the engram at the same power as a legendary would after you've gotten to the soft cap. We believe the changes to quests, rewards, and exotic farming will ensure the most effective way to reach the power cap is to play the most challenging and social weekly activities. So yeah, that's a lot of information there on power progression and how we're going to achieve that. So obviously now we know that the power cap is going to be 380 without mods, so you're looking at going to 385 is going to be the highest, and the fact that it's going to be harder to get from 370 power to 380 power, you got that more grind to get there. That definitely does remind me of Destiny 1. It took me so long to get the 400 in Destiny 1 when I rejoined after the Rise of Iron. Right, so moving on. Deej wanted to leave a little message at the bottom because they have the community summit going on this. So Deej had the following to say: Thursday and Friday, we'll be honored and humbled to host a small but insightful sampling of the community here in Bungie Studios. They'll be here to give us their opinions on the goals and other plans. Some of them you know, some of them we know. And I say we, I mean Bungie. We want you to know that this is not the only way we're gathering feedback about Destiny 2, and these are not the only people we're listening to about the game. This summit will be about collaboration. Our best conversations will be about the future. This isn't a marketing event. There will be no reveals this week. We're not streaming while they're here. They won't have a wealth of news to report once our time together is over. They will be welcome to report on the mood from the gathering and to tell you what they told us. We've asked you not to press them for promises on what the state of Destiny 2 will be in the months to come. That work will still fall to us, and there is still plenty of time for these things to find their final form. Next week, if they want to, they'll share some of their own content from the next expansion. For this week, we wanted to give them a seat at our table. That was a statement made by Deej regarding the Community Summit. As some of you will be aware, there are a few YouTubers who have gone to this Community Summit to obviously get feedback from them and from us as well. So we can look forward to next week. Obviously, I know I will. I'll be tuning into some of the other guys that obviously report on Destiny, having a look at what they've got to say about the Community Summit. So, you know, keep your eyes and ears out for them. It'll be interesting to see the feedback coming out of Bungie. But yeah, guys, that is it. That is this week at Bungie. So we've covered exotic weapon previews, we've covered the power, progression, and reward changes coming to Season 3. So if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't liked this video, please leave a thumbs down. But in the comments boxes down below, please leave a comment saying why you disliked this video. And if you want to see more Destiny 2 news and updates, then by all means hit that subscribe button to keep up to date. Anyway guys, I have been BlazeThrough Gaming. Until next time, catch you all later. Bye for now.